The Holocaust. It's a huge, enormous topic. There is no possible way we can look at every different aspect of it in the lesson time that we have. So the best way to do it, I think, is to look at a story of an individual, and we can look at what they went through and how it affected them. And from that, we can learn some of the different parts of what actually happened. Previously, we've talked about persecution, so the way that Jews were treated badly over a long period of time. But now, the Second World War begins, and the persecution becomes much more serious. Jewish people are starting to be killed en masse, millions of them. So, there are two examples, two different stories which Mr. Rob and I think probably reflect what was happening quite well. Number one, the story of Anne Frank. Anne Frank was a young German girl. When the Germans started their persecution of Jews, her family moved from Germany to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, which, by the way, is where Mr. Richard comes from. But as the Second World War continued, the Germans were no longer just in Germany. The Germans took over Amsterdam. They took over the Netherlands. And so they started to persecute the Jews who were there as well. Anne Frank's family decided to hide. They got some friends together, they decided to hide, and they hoped that their friends would keep taking care of them and bringing them food. And they thought that eventually the war would be over and they would be able to come out. So what you need to do is you can look at that story, find out exactly what happened and what we can learn from it. The story of Oskar Schindler is a little bit different. He was a grown man, he was German. He went to Poland during the war to start a factory to make stuff for the German army. But as he saw what was going on with the Holocaust, some of the people, some of the Jews who were in camps, they became his workers. He felt more and more uncomfortable about what was happening, and he did his best to try and save them, to stop them from being killed. And in the end, he saved hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and he's considered a very special person. So you can also watch the video about him and find out what happened there. Then, what you need to do, actually, let's stop there. Let's stop there and take a look at what some other teachers have told us about Anne Frank, the story of Anne Frank.
Anne Frank là một câu chuyện về một cô bé Do Thái và trốn khỏi cái gọi là sự truy tìm của Đức Quốc xã. Thì trong câu chuyện này á, thì nó thể hiện được cái góc nhìn của một đứa trẻ đối với chiến tranh. Tất cả những cái sự tàn ác của Đức Quốc xã được cô bé chuyển tải lại thông qua cái góc nhìn của trẻ thơ, nỗi sợ trẻ thơ, nỗi kinh hoàng trẻ thơ và sự dũng cảm của trẻ thơ trước tất cả những cái chiến tranh đó. Thì nó mở ra một cái góc nhìn khác về chiến tranh và tội ác, và nó trong cái góc nhìn trẻ thơ đó, nó cho thấy cái thể hiện được cái góc nhìn liên lên án chiến tranh, và nó có sự trong, và nó ca ngợi ca trong sáng sự dũng cảm trẻ thơ và trong sáng trong tâm hồn của một đứa trẻ.
同学们，早上好。大家一定听说过那个二战吧？二战的时候发生了很多故事，里面有战争，也有关于大屠杀的记录。但是在历史课上，你们看到的是什么呢？数字、图片。你们能感受到什么？应该是没有吧，因为你们没有经历过，你们不知道身处在这样的环境中，这些人他们在想些什么，他们经历了什么，他们会做什么。我推荐大家去读一下一部作品，叫做《安妮日记》，这里面描述了一个小女孩在二战期间，她经历了什么，她看到了什么，她想到了什么。在这样的一个过程中，大家能够学到很多在课上还没有体会到的故事。好，谢谢。
저는 중고등학교 때 안내 일기를 읽게 되었어요. 그녀의 상황과 나는 정말 달랐지만 무엇보다도 그녀는 자신의 상황에 모든 것을 맡기지 않고 스스로 자신을 돌아볼 줄 알고 상황에 대해서 비판적인 눈을 가진 점이 돋보였어요. 그래서 그녀의 낙천적이고 도전적인 성격은 그녀의 일기에 고스란히 드러나 있었습니다. 그래서 시간이 지난 후 그녀의 죽음 이후에 안내 일기가 발간됐을 때 비록 시대는 달라졌지만 같은 보편적 상황 속에서 어렵고 또 힘든 상황일지라도 사람이 얼마나 강한가를 보여줄 수 있는 무한한 그녀의 힘을 느끼게 해주는 안내 일기는 지금도 제 마음속에 강하게 도전을 주게 되었습니다. 감사해요.
Anne Frank, of course, is a symbol for what happened in the Second World War. As he was a Jewish girl who was hiding in Amsterdam, and due to people that were actually saying that she was hiding somewhere, she was caught. She had written a diary, and that diary was later on found. She died in a concentration camp, so she became a symbol of what actually happened to the Jews in Nazi Germany. So that's why it is significant. It's not so much the girl herself, but the fact that we have a face towards what happened.
So what we need to do now is actually look at what happened to these people. So on our notebook page here, we've given you some videos that you can take a look at and learn a little bit about the story. This one in the middle here, this one's quite good, it's quite short, and it tells you what happened to Anne Frank. This one here is quite short, and it tells you a little bit about the life of Oskar Schindler. There's a very famous movie as well called Schindler's List, which you may find on Netflix or Femoy, and you might want to watch that if you have time, but you probably aren't going to be able to do that in our lesson time. So, moving on from persecution, let's take a look at what actually happened by watching the videos. I want you to choose either Anne Frank or Oskar Schindler. I want you to create a story of what happened to that person during the Holocaust. So tell us the story, the narrative. This could be as a written biography, or it could be a storyboard that you draw by hand, or a cartoon, or infographics. Anything that you choose that is going to explain or describe to us what happened to this person. Number 2, we just done number 2. Number 3, I want you to create a short video. It needs to be at least 2 minutes long, and in that video, instead of writing, you've done a lot of writing, I want you to explain with your own words, speaking, why you think that story is significant. So just like what the people in the video that I've already done have told you, why they think the story is significant, why do you think it's significant? Why is it important? Why is it worth remembering? Why is the story still used today? And why is it going to help other people understand what the Holocaust is? Okay? Record your video and upload it into our assignment on Teams.